Hey everybody, welcome to Jay's Rad Reviews. I'm JRad306, and I'm here to talk about anime. Because that's what this is going to be mostly, is an anime review show. I might talk about other stuff here and there, like Western animation or live action, but this is mostly going to be about anime. Why? 2 reasons. 1, I love anime. I got into anime when I was about 11 years old, back when anime was really starting to blow up in the States thanks to shows like Pokémon, Digimon, DBZ, Sailor Moon, and Gundam Wing. Between these shows and countless others, anime made up the bulk of what was playing on Saturday mornings and weekday afternoons going into the 2000s. And by the middle of the decade, anime had just as strong a presence on late-night TV, and anime video sales in America total over $500 million a year. Anime was inescapable, and I loved it. Though to be honest, it's kinda hard to say what first drew me into it. Cool characters, interesting stories, intense action scenes, or maybe even just the fact that I'd never seen anything like it before. But I was hooked, and I still am to this day. Which brings me to my second reason. I own a butt ton of anime. I've been collecting anime in one form or another for pretty much as long as I've been a fan. I still have my first Pokémon VHS tape, which I believe includes episodes 4 through 6 of the original series, and, as a bonus, the full-length PokéRAP video. Catch 'em, gotta catch 'em all, gotta catch 'em all, Pokémon! So, what do you do when you've got an anime collection as big as mine? Start your own review series, of course. And since we're hot off the heels of Halloween, what better time to discuss an anime that's all about girls dressing down. Up. Dressing up in costume. But also down. That's right, folks. Today we're going to be looking at Cosplay Complex, a 3-part OVA, original video animation, that was released in Japan in 2002 and in the US by ADV Films in 2004. Cosplay, for those who don't know, is the hobby of dressing up as one's favorite characters from anime, video games, sci-fi, fantasy, etc. It's a hobby that spans across all fandoms, as anyone who's been to any kind of convention can tell you. And some conventions even hold competitions judging cosplayers on things like accuracy and presentation. It can be fun, but it can also be a lot of hard work. And nobody knows that better than the members of the East Orzumi Academy Cosplay Club. First we have Goro, the team leader, who, if I had to guess, plans on being a motivational speaker after high school.
The time has come for us to cast off our mantle of shame and reach for glory!
Then we have Reika, the level-headed one of the group, who's mainly responsible for balancing the club's budget and dropping washpans on Goro's head.
Oh, just shut up already.
Then there's Maria, who's just there, and Maria's kid sister Athena, who's studying at East Oizumi's Prep Academy. And we have the star of our show, Chako Hasegawa, whose can-do attitude and passion for cosplay are matched only by her clumsiness and inability to stitch without needing stitches herself. But that's okay, because she has help, in the form of Delmo, the magic fairy who can transform into any costume in exchange for sweets, and Ikebukuro, a sentient pink owl who can't speak human but can sew and iron like a pro. What? Yeah, it's pretty clear right off the bat that this isn't exactly a realistic take on cosplay. Sure, it gets a few things right. The competitiveness, the struggle to get things done on time, but on the whole, this is really just an oddball fantasy fanservice comedy that uses cosplay as a gimmick. Not that there's anything wrong with that. In concept. As far as execution goes, it's a little more hit or miss. And lately it's been more misses than hits for the Cosplay Club, who are barely able to maintain their status as a club thanks to a shortage of members, a lack of a teacher to sponsor them, and a rising repair bill resulting from Goro's attempts to ward off students trying to sneak a peek into the club room by shooping to whoop?
I'm a fire in my laser!
But they've got high hopes for if they can only recruit one more member and find a faculty sponsor, they'll be on their way to the Cosplay World Series, which is a thing that exists in this universe. Just roll with it. Meanwhile, at some cosplay event somewhere, Chaco has a chance encounter with a college freshman photographer named Kosuke, or if you're watching the dub, Kosaki, who starts taking pictures of her before he's even introduced himself. Damn, son, way to cut to the chase. Anyway, he likes taking pictures of cosplayers, and she likes getting her picture taken in costume. So it seems like a match made in... Wait a second, is that costume what I think it is?
Yep, that's Magical Girl number 4 from the World of Narue.
Now, for those of you who've never seen the World of Narue, or read the manga that it's based on, it's a cute little teen rom-com series with a wacky sci-fi twist, which I'm going to have to review at some point, in which male lead character Kazuto is an otaku, anime nerd, whose favorite show is the anime within an anime, Magical Girl number 4. So what we have here is an anime character cosplaying as a character from an anime within an anime from another anime. What kind of Christopher Nolan Inception level shit is this?
I'm going deeper, Leo.
So while the characters in this anime aren't exactly what you call deep, if I had to pick who I thought was the most fun character in the bunch, I'd probably pick Goro. Besides being the overzealous motivator / hype man of the group, he also fancies himself a master of seduction. His method of choice? Narrating everything that happens in the scene, including his own actions and dialogue, like he's reading a romance novel.
Now's the time, the man thinks to himself. He makes her look up at him with a gentle glance. Her words indicate confusion, but her eyes expose her desire for him to guide her toward the fountain of obscene pleasure.
Obscene?
He looks into her shimmering eyes. As his lips grow closer, her passion inflames and her mouth goes wide. He prepares for the moment of contact, and just as their lips join together, an onlooker falls with a loud crash!
Hey, what the hell is that thing doing here?
That thing, it turns out, is Jenny Mattel, a foreign exchange student who's supposedly from Italy, even though nothing about her suggests such, and she wants to join the cosplay club. But first, she's gonna have to prove herself in a cosplay battle against the top ace of the club. And who else could that be but...
Taco Hasagawa!
Well, that makes perfect sense if you think about it.
Picking the one who's arguably the weak link of the group would give Jenny the best chance of winning. Except here we see Goro getting Chaco fired up to win, even though Jenny has to win in order to get into the club so that they'll have enough members. What exactly is Goro's endgame? Wait, never mind. He was just gonna let her join anyway. The contest, it turns out, was just a way to raise money for the club.
And an excuse to show off the girls in costume. And various states of undress. Not that I'm complaining. Oh, by the way, turns out Jenny here has a Lolita complex, which basically makes her a lesbian pedophile.
Yeah, you heard me. Lesbian pedophile. While I can understand the creators of this thing wanting to throw something unique and original into this cast of stock generic anime characters, was lesbian pedophile really the best thing they could come up with?
Now, don't get me wrong, I have no problem with her being a lesbian. The problem lies with the second half of the equation.
But is this enough to get her kicked out? Hell no, because now that they've got enough members, the club is one step closer to the World Series, and if they have to deal with a few molestation attempts along the way, well, so be it.
Comedy.